What's going on, guys? Matt here on the match preview against Valencia on the Sunday, one day after QPR. From that time of recording, as you already guessed, because the QPR game has not actually started by this time. Recording on the Friday night, we're up against Valencia at the Vitality Stadium for the second year in a row. It's going to be a very interesting game from last time out, where it finished 1-1 between the two sides. I feel like that game is going to be a whole lot different. I think Valencia will bring a whole different style to the game against us. I feel like they will take the victory against us. Unfortunately, I don't really like saying that, but looking at probabilities, and it's just tilting towards Valencia's way a whole lot more than it did last year. It looked a bit more even, and how the result came out, it was much more better in favour of Bournemouth, but looking at the stats, it's not going to be looking good, because Valencia have already played 4 pre-season games, which is very, very key. They won the first pre-season game 5-0, then beat Sporting Lisbon 3-0. Both of those games were away games as well, so that's a they've all been away fixtures actually. Then they did lose a game 2-0. And then they won a game 2-0. So they won 3 out of the 4 pre-season games they've already had. So they look like on very good form. Remember, they haven't done very well in La Liga these last few years. Taking a little bit of a stint at the moment. But high scoreline I'm going to go with. I feel like it's going to be... I'm going to go 3-2 Valencia. Not really something I'd like to predict for Bournemouth to go out and lose a game, really, but I feel like they will bring a whole lot more class to the game, Valencia. And with us playing a day before, I feel like we'll have 2 half-decent teams for both games. And unfortunately, I feel like Valencia may put out a very strong side against us. So, for my starting lineup, in goal, I'm going to go with Asmir Begovic to start the game. First half, I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Federici does come on, as Artboruch, what I'm predicting, will play at QPR. Right, defence is going to be very, very difficult to really predict. I'm going to see some youngsters I wouldn't be surprised in there. I'm not sure who has gone out on loan, so I'm not going to really be able to predict who's going to be where, to be honest. Simon Francis, I wouldn't be surprised, is played at right back. Centre back roles, I'm going to try and make sure I don't say some players I've already said. Nathan Ake, I've already said. But I'm going to go with Tyrone Mings will play the centre back role with Steve Cook. Left back, I've already run out of left backs, will be a youngster. Left mid will go with Jordan Ive, I wouldn't be surprised. Looking very good these last few pre-seasons. And he will be winged with Max Gradle. I wouldn't be surprised if they will either play one on each side. I'm not very familiar, they're not with, I don't feel like, with both sides. They will have a switch at one point at halftime, so both those two will play, I wouldn't be surprised. Central midfield roles, we're going to go with Harry Arter will play with Matt Wotherington, I'm going to go with. And in striking roles, we're going to go with Josh King and Benica Fobe up front against Valencia. It's going to be very interesting game, Valencia. Picking a starting lineup is very difficult for both these games. Just trying to make sure not to say that players who will play 2 in 2 days. They can tend to do that if they do not get too much game time at QPR. So we're going to have to watch out for that. But I've been Matt from Running Back TV. If you want to watch more Ball content, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully these next 2 games come out both wins. We'll have to wait and see. I've been Matt, and I'm out.